Welcome to Blackthorn Carp Fishery. Now I believe that Charlie had built this place from scratch and he's put his heart and soul into every single part of this venue. Stunning venue set in a beautiful part of Shropshire. It's a beautiful reed-lined lake with spacious swims throughout the whole venue. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick walk round, show you the swims in more detail and some of the epic fishing that this venue holds, and then we're going to catch up with the owner Charlie and find out everything that Blackthorn has to offer. Peg 7 and 8, a double swim which can accommodate 4 rods easily. There's a lot of water out here to fish, and to the left hand side of the swim you've got a beautiful reed-lined island to fish up to. Also you've got plenty of open water to fish to, and to the right hand side of the swim it also accommodates an island. Again, another reed-lined island. If the cabin is occupied though, this swim will be shut, and that's being so that the guys that book the cabin, they get plenty of water to fish out to. So if you do come down and book the cabin, Peg 7 and 8 will always be shut. Peg 6, a swim that can easily accommodate 2 rods. As you can see to my left hand shoulder here, you've got a lovely island to fish up to, and to the left hand side of the swim you've got a beautiful reed lined margin, another area where the fish can hold up in this small intimate little bay. Peg 5. Well, Peg 5, a beautiful little swim which offers some lovely open water fishing. But also just to the right hand side of Peg 5 you've got a lovely little intimate bay there where there's a pipe that runs in and throughout the winter trickles water in there. A lovely little feature to fish up to. Just to the left hand side of the swim you've also got the island which Peg 6 accommodates. But this swim is absolutely perfect for any of you guys that love your open water fishing. Peg 4, a beautiful little swim with plenty of features to fish to. Just to the right hand side of the swim you've got a lovely little island there, and just behind the island you've got 2 sets of beautiful pads to fish up to. The margins just to the right hand side of the swim also reed lined and absolutely perfect for where carp can hold up. Just to the left hand side of the swim you've got a beautiful reed line margin where the end of the point is a perfect place for where the fish can patrol. Also in this swim, for your open water fishing, you've got a huge ash tree in the background which is perfect for your horizon marker at night time. Peg 2 and 3, another double swim which is great if you want to come down and fish alongside one of your friends. To the left hand side of the swim you've got a lovely island to fish up alongside, and also the left hand margin is beautifully reed lined with a set of pads in between the island and the margin. Also it offers a great amount of open water fishing, as does the right hand side of the swim. Also, the right hand side of the swim has a lovely little island to fish up to. Also, to the right hand side of the swim is a lovely sized bay for all you guys that love a little bit of stalking. Peg 1, another spacious swim which also offers the feature of an island to fish to. As well off of this island is a beautiful gravel bar out there as well. And to the left hand side is a beautiful reed line bay which has the lake's outlet. So another great feature to fish towards. This is one of the shallowest areas of the lake, so it's perfect for them summer months. The cabin, the perfect swim for all you anglers looking for that little bit of luxury. It's the perfect place to bring that loved one where it's situated right on the water's edge. It features all the mod cons, it's got central heating, it's got a fully fitted kitchen with an oven, microwave, kitchen sink, it's all there. The cabin has its own bathroom and shower facilities. The bedroom, it features a king-size bed which can also be made up into 2 single beds. It has an open plan living space where the sunset views are simply breathtaking. So the cabin is that perfect place for all of you anglers looking to get away from that rat race and looking for that little bit of luxury. It's also that perfect place for you to bring your loved one. So I'm here with the owner of Blackthorn Carp Fishery, and we're sat in the luxurious log cabin, and we're going to find out a little bit more in depth about the fishery itself. So Charlie,
yep.
How did it all start?
Well, I've been a carp angler for probably 20 years now, and it's the usual thing. Everyone wants, you know, it's their dream that they want a carp fishery. So I saved up for as long as I could. I'm lucky that we've got the land. I'm a farmer's son, so we had the land already. It's a waterlogged area. Yeah, basically went through the planning permission, got somebody in to help us design it, and yeah, 5 years on, it's a carp fishery.
Awesome, yeah. 5 years. So you've been open for 5 years then?
Yeah, opened in spring 2011. Yeah.
Awesome. So, in regards to the size, how big is the fishery?
Yeah, the fishery itself, the waters, it's about 3.5 acres. The fishery itself is about 4, possibly a bit bigger, and it's set on the family farm, which is 130 acres. So it's in the middle of the countryside, surrounded by nothing but fields, basically.
Awesome. Yeah, a luxury that you don't normally get at most lakes, really.
Yeah, we're lucky because there's no roads anywhere near, so there's no traffic, you know, there's no pylons, there's just sort of trees and sheep, basically.
And beautiful sunsets as well. Awesome. So in regards to the stocking of the lake, how many fish have you got in here?
Yeah, at the moment we've got 104 fish, all supplied by VS Fisheries, Fisheries.
And what sort of size were they when they were put in?
We put 60 C4s in, so they'd be sort of around the 8 poundish sort of mark. Right. So 4 year on those 60 C4s, they're all over 20 now. So really? I think in total we've got, I'd say, between 80 and 85, 20 plus carp. 15 of them are over 25, and we've got 4 definite 30s. The biggest one being 34.15.
So they're thriving in it.
They're growing well.
Really
well. One of the fish, known as the captain, that's put on £5 a year since we put it in. Really, it's growing like mad. I think it's 32, something like that now. Last time it came out, so it's growing well. So yeah, the biggest, like I say, 34.15. So that was just before spawning. Sorry, this year. So I'm hoping one day, you know, it's going to go past the big 4.0, really, hopefully.
Yeah,
one
well,
day.
No doubt that'll happen soon, not only for that fish, but obviously the others as well that are behind it. Yeah, that's quite a weight gain, really, for that amount of fish for a new fishery as well. Normally
they're not all doing that. I suppose like the captain's just one of the big, and she's just flying. She's a bit of an anomaly, really. But like the rest of them, they're putting on sort of at least £3 a year on. So yeah, they're growing yeah, I'm happy with the growth rates really.
So if I wanted to come down here, I wanted to fish, how do I go about that?
Probably the best way, look on the website first, just check it all out, have a look at the rules and that sort of stuff. Best way at the moment is to get hold of me on Facebook. I'm down on there as Charlie Blackthorn Fishery. We have got a Blackthorn Fishery page, but the best thing is to contact me, Charlie Blackthorn Fishery, send me a private message and just say what dates you're thinking of coming, and I'll get back to you with what dates we've got available. If we're not friends on Facebook, that's one of the things that's been happening. I don't get the message, so if we're not friends, just post it on my timeline. I'll send you a friend request and then do it that way really.
Awesome.
So yeah, once we've got back to you with the dates, we do flexi bookings, so we don't actually have a 9 till 9 booking. It's not restricted to that. You know, if you want to come at 12 and we can fit you in, we'll put you until 12 and your session starts from 12, so it'll be 24 hours starting from 12 o'clock. We'll pencil you in for that. We take a 50% deposit, that's through the website, so once you've booked the session, I'll pencil you in. Then you go onto the website and you pay the 50% deposit via PayPal or credit card, but it's easier with PayPal really.
Okay, yeah. So with the bookings, do you book a certain swim or do you?
No, don't book a certain swim. Because of the flexi bookings we do, you could book on for a week or 2 weeks if you want to. So if somebody said I want to book peg 2 or a double swim, it'd be impossible, because if you came for 2 weeks and you jumped on the double swim, I'd have to say to you, well, you can fish this swim until Thursday, then you're going to have to get off for somebody who's booked it. So the way we do it, because it's flexi bookings, we can't. If it was all 9 till 9 bookings, like a lot of play, or restricted bookings, we could do, but because we do flexi bookings, you can't book a swim, no.
Right, so how many swims does the fishery have?
It's got 9 swims, including the cabin swim, which if the cabin isn't booked, you can fish this with a bivvy. And 2 of the swims are double swims, so pegs 2 and 3 and 7 and 8, they're both double swims, the rest are all single swims.
Right. Yeah. And if someone books the cabin, I understand that 7 and 8, that gets... Yeah,
that's one of the things we've been doing recently really. If 2 anglers book the cabin, we always close 7 and 8, but if we can and there's one person fishing the cabin, we close 7 and 8 just to give you a bit more water really.
Yeah. So it gives the guys that book the luxurious cabin a good bit of space to fish too.
Usually because the cabin bookings are a week or so it's nice to just have that extra bit of water really.
Awesome. So general tactics wise, for the people that are thinking of booking down here, what's the general tactics that people use here that catch regularly?
Depending on the time of year really. Obviously when it's warmer, margins work a bit better. When it gets a bit cooler, you find that open water sort of does most of the fish. The islands usually produce rod length off the islands, they're a good feature fish that are holed up around the islands. But yeah, as it gets colder, open water. And in terms of tactics, at the moment the rigs that have been working have been sort of a stiff hinge, pink pop up on a stiff hinge, just with a kilo, half a kilo of boilie around it and some pellet really.
And you sell your own bait on site, is that right? You have a Blackthorn?
Yeah, we've got a Blackthorn bit of a bait range, a small bait range really. We sell the pellet, which is what the fish have been reared on, and we feed the fish on. A boilie, which is a krill based boilie, and the matching poppets to go with the boilie, and a glug as well really. But,
also, and that's available to buy when you turn up on site?
Best thing to do is order it before you come, so when you arrive it's here in a bucket with your name on it, ready to go for your session.
I've noticed you've also got nets and mats for people to use in the swim. Why is that? Why do you have your own nets and mats?
It's one of the things a lot of fisheries are doing now, mainly because of the biosecurity. So if we have our own nets, our own mats, slings, the site should be biosecure, so there's no transfer of disease from any other fisheries to our fishery. So hopefully we know that our fishery's clean. Use our mats, and as well the mats that we provide, they're good size mats, for decent sized fish really. Like some people don't have a large XL unhooking mats, so we provide those, and the nets and everything.
Right, awesome. Which obviously, because a lot of people, they do turn up and they like to use their own stuff and they like to use their own nets and their own mats, so obviously using your nets and mats helps not spread disease throughout the country pretty much.
A lot of the fish you know, these £30, we've actually bought a £30 from VS. You're paying over £3 for a £30. The last thing we want to do is have unfit for purpose unhooking mats or anything like that, really.
Yeah,
so
sure.
and plus the cross contamination.
I've also noticed you've got an otter fence around as well, and that's
Yeah, it's one of the things when we decided to build the fishery. Obviously, it's becoming more prevalent across the whole country, really. So yeah, just wanted to make sure we're safe, really. I think Shropshire, you know, has got a bit of a problem with otters that they're about anyway, I guess. So yeah, otter fence, and a lot of fisheries in Shropshire that they're all getting otter fence, really. I think any decent fishery should be otter fence.
and that's all electrified as well, I've noticed. And you've also got security on site as well.
Yeah, that was another thing when we were designing the fishery. So we did some surveys, really, at the local tackle shop, actually, Total Angling. We did the surveys, and a lot of the feedback at the time, sort of 4 or 5 years ago, there's quite a few places that were being targeted, and a few anglers were having their gear nicked. So yeah, we decided we're going to put CCTV here, not just for that, but also protect, you know, our interests as well. There's the cabin here, the fishery, the fish. So it protects us and them, and it's purely just used for a management purpose, really. Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, so that's a little insight into the owner of Blackthorn Carp Fishery, and as I'm sure you'd all agree, this place is the perfect place for any anglers wanting to come here. Here we have some incredible footage from Blackthorn Carp Fishery. This was taken one winter by the owner, Charlie, where he'd put his GoPro under the water, and as you can clearly see, the carp all huddled up together. I've never seen this sort of footage before, and it's absolutely incredible how close to one another these fish are. What an amazing sight. Blackthorn Carp Fishery also offers clean toilet and shower facilities. Right, so we're coming to the end of our session now. Hopefully that's given you a good insight into what Blackthorn Carp Fishery has to offer. Just having a little catch up with my friend Dean that I said that was fishing here with at the start. So how's it been, mate?
It's been hard. It has been hard. You know, they haven't been playing ball, but you know, we haven't been the most stealthiest when we've been here.
No.
You know, we've been buzzing around on the quad, getting all the footage done, out in the boat as well. So it's one of them. Unfortunately, it can't happen all the time. But you got to have the lows to appreciate the highs, haven't you? You know?
For sure, yeah.
But they are catchable. It's fishing. It's one of them. Sometimes it can't happen. It doesn't happen, and unfortunately on this occasion it hasn't for us. But you lost that one yesterday, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just one of them. Again, I had that one close in, you know, being stealthy as well, and managed to work that one. But yeah, unfortunately lost that. But it's one of them, you know. There's obviously some absolutely stunning fish in here to be had, and I'm a bit gutted that I haven't managed to well to have one, really. But yeah. I mean, tackle shop wise in the area, you run a tackle shop as well that's not too far away.
That's it, Total Angling, just over at Shrewsbury. It's from here, it's probably just over a half-hour's drive. Easy to find. It's this side of Shrewsbury, so it's you know, relatively easy to find. Like I say, Charlie's got all the numbers and stuff as well. We cater for everything, anything you can think of in the carp world. It's in that shop. So yeah, half an hour away, and you'll be with us.
Awesome. Right. Well, it looks like it's time to get the rods in now, unfortunately, because the weather is looking awesome, but always does when you're packing up, doesn't it? Eh?
So it's almost like they know as well. You know, it's the rods come in and they start showing and whatnot. But listen, it's been an amazing time here as well. We haven't been here long, but you know, I'll definitely be back as well. I've got a couple of magazine blogs, so I need to book in with Charlie in a couple of months' time. But it's just the calibre of fish you're fishing for here now. You know, there's 4 of them over £30, and I know there's a good handful pushing that 30 barrier. So it won't be long before he has, you know, a good 10, maybe a dozen 30s running around in here. They're not too distant future.
No, yeah, awesome. And it's not a bad place to blank at either, is it, really?
It is one of the most picturesque fisheries I've ever, you know, had the pleasure of fishing. Yeah, so,
same.
You know, it's yeah, definitely one for the future, one I'll be definitely visiting again very shortly.
For sure. Okay, well, that's it. Our time is up at Blackthorn. It has been absolutely awesome, and hopefully you've all seen what Blackthorn has to offer.